coffee's just out of reach. I got some Pocky.
There you go. Like a rum Pocky.
Okay, we're rolling. So since the last time we did this, let's see, Free Comic Book Day went awesome. Cleveland Asia Festival went awesome, besides the monsoon, the one night.
Yeah.
Which we'll put in video right now. That shows people's tents looking like stomped spiders, and dumping water out, sending rivers of water throughout the grounds, so to speak.
Yeah, it was a flash storm, but people came out the next day, so everything went well after that.
Right. Generally good moods, other than the lady that thought putting chairs on top of piles of clothes for a severe summer storm was going to protect them. So the next day we got everything set up. We did this crazy thing. Someone had suggested, like, oh, do you have bungee cords? You should bungee your tent to your tables, because obviously with the records, it's heavy. And we did that, and everything, we came back. I hardly slept well, worrying that we would come back and the leg of our tent would be like through the roof of someone else's. But it wasn't.
No, it worked out for us.
Yeah. So kudos to us for tying everything to everything. Yeah, what else was there? So then...
Last week we did a mural. So
Oh yeah.
We started posting that video. We had a shipping container, actually, locally, that they wanted us to do 3 sides, kind of free flow, whatever we wanted to do, just kind of representative of the community in the area. So we got to stretch our legs on that. We did post videos on our Instagrams, time lapse and kind of progression still shots, and some of the post final like video walk around of the actual thing. So 3 sides, the container,
3 murals,
murals,
yeah. Little more than 3 days, and 3,000 paints.
Yeah,
3,000 colors.
Yeah, it's pretty intense, which is fun. But
30 cans of spray paint.
Yeah, it was hot, so that's why.
Oh yeah.
But it's better than winter in Cleveland, so we'll take hot any day.
Right.
But yeah, it's really fun because like the one side, we feature like Rick's dog and cat kind of eating ice cream in a playful way with the sun, and then I have my chimera kind of being the ice cream dealer essentially, almost like the ice cream man coming to town, and then it has like candy at the bottom, so it's really fun and playful. So
summery.
Yeah, summery neighborhood kids could hopefully go take pictures in front of. Main side is more so just representative of the street, so it says Fenwick in giant letters, super bright color blends with kind of a half-tone dot print.
It's like a typographic mural with abstract accents for the background.
So it's fun. We got some black-white contrast in the background with kind of hidden things that are meaningful to us, little kind of Easter eggs thrown into the actual stencil print. So there's a bunch of different patterns and offset, just the really bold lettering and drop shadows. And then the final side is what we call like Passport to Cleveland. So that one is a bunch of local stencils that we made, stuff that we put on our records that we sell. But we have like sports teams, representative like pieces from Ohio, Cleveland.
Cleveland stuff. Cleveland pop culture.
And then we also have the 4 logos of the people who contributed to the project. So.
Oh yeah, and so they seemed pretty stoked on it so far, and so far it hasn't been defaced yet. So
yeah, that's always a plus.
oh yeah.
Hopefully, you know, people in charge having their eyes on it probably the most time since it's right on the corner, like, you know, keeps people from that. But you know, if somebody's gonna do it, they're just gonna do it anyway. So
Oh yeah.
at least we're completed on our end, you know. And then if something gets defaced, maybe they'll have to have us go repaint it. So,
Right.
you know, silver linings to everything.
2.0 version.
Yeah.
So then, in between what we've done and what we're about to do, let's do a blast from the past throwback piece. I'll let you hold it.
Yep. Awesome. So if you're not familiar with this, this is ESC toy Erick Scarecrow. This is the PapaSama, which is stylized off of
Toon Link.
Toon Link. Yeah, so this is one of his actual characters that he did like resin dunnies of, and I think some other vinyl productions, but just kind of cosplayed up this little Toon Link in the thrust motion. So what's the size of it? Like 6 by 4.5 or something like that.
That sounds right. I was actually expecting it to be dunny size. Like I thought it was just a 3-inch figure, and
That's what I thought initially. I was expecting that because a lot of the resin pieces are that size.
right.
But this is vinyl production, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is vinyl. It's actually probably soft vinyl, nice lightweight, super well painted. You know, got some of the Easter eggs like across the hat. You can kind of see the hearts, you know, so kind of have the tattoo that matches it. So he's taking some damage, but still kicking.
Look on the bottom. Is there a year? Because although I got it recently, it's an older piece that has been around long enough that there was a re-release.
No year on it. Just yeah, PapaSama by Erick Scarecrow.
Because I feel like it was like 2009 or 2010 maybe.
Yeah, that seems about accurate. Cause like he put out a bunch of different characters around this time. That's why I was surprised that this when the size of it when you came in, like it's everything was either 3 inch if it was a dunny or one of his characters, or they were like, you know, 9-10 inches if it was like the samurai girl. He also had the Super Maria, which was like the girl dressed as Mario in the wetsuit.
Right.
Um,
I feel like that was a 6-inch figure. I mean, I have a couple of them somewhere back here.
so that that would make more sense of like why this one's bigger. But yeah, I actually love it in this size. It's really
Well, it's chunkier, girthier compared to the other stuff. Like I would say the circumference of the head is probably like 5-6 inches around.
yeah, it's bigger. The head itself is bigger than like a 4 inch money. You know, like the money worlds.
It's like the size of a
But
medium-sized apple is
yeah.
the size of the head. If you put a sock on an apple, that's the size of this figure. Which I'm not making fun of it. I genuinely like it, which is why I bought it.
That's really cool too, because everything's pretty much matte, but the actual like the wind and like dust cloud behind him is actually like a metallic paint job, so it plays well against the matte finish of the figure. There you go.
I'm gonna drop it.
Yeah, I think he did what 2 other colors of it.
Yeah, I feel like there's a blue one and like a red one, or
Yeah, I think it's like blue, purple, and then yeah, he may have done the fire link of it. Yeah, I couldn't see it.
it's not on there. I never bothered to look at the bottom. This was just kind of we wanted to do like some kind of throwback each show, so for the newer people to the collective toy scene.
It's always good to see like where things have come to. Like people may actually know this because it's more pop culture with Link, but not be familiar with all the other pieces of ESE and stuff.
So next weekend we go local, out of state, or out of town. Out of state sounds more big time, but
Same.
yeah. But so we got West Side Flea, which is kind of what you would expect, sort of a flea market, but not really. It's mainly like an arts and crafts show here in one of the suburbs, obviously on the west side. The next weekend after that, we have Cleveland Bazaar, and it's called Bazaar at Market Square, and it's the same kind of thing. But if you're not familiar, here in Cleveland is West Side Market, and it's historically significant here because places like this no longer exist in other cities. Where we saw in LA, one of the you might not have been with me when I went. We went to the spot in New York with Drew that also seemed like the future iteration of what West Side Market will become. But generally, it's like a lot of old school deli counters, and you have like fruit and vegetable vendors that is in this open air alley kind of thing. It's gone through like a lot of struggles in the last bunch of years, both on like the facilities end and like the city managing it, and
but it's a historical monument now.
Yeah.
Like it's a historical building, but it's pretty expansive. Like you have the front area, which is like the classic glass domed, like almost like 1920s, like warehouse kind of indoor market feel. And then when you come outside, as you said, it's kind of awninged off, but it's like double-sided walkway. That's where all your like fruit vendors, I guess, more outdoor market that people go to, like the one of the markets over at Crocker, things like that.
Oh, like an open space mall.
Yeah. So it's
outdoor mall.
Yeah, it's kind of like a half and half, but it's right on the corner, right before you go downtown. So like high traffic area, but Saturday, Sunday, Monday, it's always like jumping.
Right. And so starting this month now in June, we are there once a month, even though they not at West Side Market, but across the street at this park they redid, and they do this event every other weekend, but a lot of it fell on when we had other things scheduled. So originally today we would have been at 5 Points Fest, which today is the first June event for Cleveland Bazaar at Market Square. And with 5 Points Fest getting relocated venue-wise and then date-wise pushed to the 24th, right? 24th?
Yeah, 24th through 26th is, set up to the event being over.
So fast forwarded it 3 weeks, which is cool, gives us more time to prepare and figure out stuff and see how much stuff we can fit in my car.
Yeah, currently doing process videos of some of the toys and things we'll be taking out there. So hopefully we can funnel that into showing our process behind creation of the character to the casting process, all the way to whether it's going to get gloss coated, hand painted,
thrown away.
Yeah, so like we do our own packaging too. So things get bagged with header cards. Some we actually have our own boxes. Some just kind of stay free form for people to pick up. So those are kind of what the next 2 weeks leading up to will be behind the scenes, which will hopefully just make a nice montage of what we've been doing to set up for 5 Points since we haven't been there in like 2 years. Actually, more than 2 years.
I was gonna say it's 5.
5, yeah, 4 or 5.
With the last 2
Yeah.
years missing from most people's lives.
Yeah, because they did an online thing to kind of compensate for not having a live, the in-person version, but we have
not the same
there. Yeah. So we're excited to go. Like we love New York. We get to see a lot other people that we get to see at a lot of the other cons, especially when we go out to LA to designer cons. So it's kind of the sister event for that one out in California. So it's a little bit closer to home. We're able to drive, so at least we save on that plane ticket. But it's kind of the precursor to DCon. So this thing kind of introduces things. You can sometimes make collaborative efforts, meet people, so that once the designer con comes, we can may have something new product. You may have other options come up for opportunities with toys, prints, solo shows, things like that. But New York has a lot to offer, so it's awesome that we get to go back.
Which I'm looking forward to getting out of town, since it's been 7 months since DCon.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that sounds about right. So, unboxing time. And we have a few things to go through, and they will be split up amongst different episodes, I think, as well as standalone YouTube shorts is our intention.
Nice. Yeah, for some future ones, we'll start doing some reveals of our own personal characters, maybe some introductions, have some tie-in pieces. But in the meantime, go the production route. So those are Superplastic blind box for the Krankies.
So Kranky Series 1.
So if you're not familiar with the Janky, these are the Kranky. So it's essentially the 70-80% the same mold, but then they have the spray can top. So they have a little BB inside, and then when you pop the lid off, it actually has a spray, mimics a spray can underneath.
As much as I have mixed feelings about Superplastic, I really like the box design on this. And since we're going to be tearing a bunch of boxes open, I figured to just show it like this now.
That's still intact.
Yeah, because I don't know, I might eat it. If I don't get any rares, I might throw it at the wall. So here we go.
So feel like a lucky.
Yeah, in my last case, I got a chase, and then I was gonna put it on eBay, and then I did nothing with it. Oh hey, they got stickers now of the Alex Party.
Oh nice, yeah. Here's the Dalek one.
This is in my that's one of the ones I was missing.
Oh cool.
And my order of 5 or 6 figures is actually missing. This one's on its way, which I might paint over, but
See what happens first.
I ordered it like May 1st, and it's now June 4th, and they told me they're waiting on shipments or something. Because I was like, I don't want to sound impatient. I'm just, curious.
Yeah, oh, awesome. So it's the Rumpus. This is
Scribe.
By Scribe, and this is his Rumpus character.
One of 1 in 18 odds.
So really cool. Like the ears are on the side of the can, so it kind of continues the rhino. Scribe always has them super stylized like animals in his murals, and it actually translated really, really well to the sculpt.
Oh yeah, I definitely like. That's one of the designs I was like not painting over or selling. This one is the Delves, and it's one of the pretty common ones, I think.
The colors are awesome.
Yeah, yeah. I'll pass it over to you.
Anything like that.
It's super crazy about like the design as far as the
Character.
the character, like the actual illustration is awesome. I guess
Yeah.
I just don't care about having characters with like
Like the tattoos are really well done. It's slightly brighter, darker blue than what the actual body is, so you have to actually have the figure up close to you to be able to see the tattoos, but really cool touch.
yeah. It's just my favorite of this series.
Yeah, hey, you know, that's cool. It happens. Like,
Yeah.
you know, there's some you vibe with, some you don't, but like, you know, overall as a series, they usually like complement each other.
Yeah.
Usually they complement each other really well.
I mean, those look good right next to each
Yeah.
other.
Like this one being more of like, seems more of like a graffiti influence because of the Kranky can. This whole series tends to have about the same line work throughout, which actually looks really nice. Did you get it?
Got that dialect.
So that's it.
This was one of the ones that I really wanted, and this is my second case of these, and I'm happy to have them.
Nice fun sticker.
Oh yeah, that's it, something. I'm waiting on the
one too?
glow in the dark
Oh.
of the big one. Like I went crazy when they had that deal.
Did that come with an accessory?
No. Where like the
I'm sure it's been like, yeah, I don't overlook
yeah.
that too, in case, I'm not sure if any of them do, but this one did, this one did it.
where the oh, is that the fortress?
Yeah, it's a flying fortress.
So he's got a knife.
Yeah.
He's
so,
on the cover.
Yeah, so it's really cool.
Yeah, that's
Flying
awesome.
fortress is always awesome. This one is, the colors are really well. I really love color blocking. And like this one, the way it's made, like the color blocking is really, really crisp. So, like none of the actual section, there's no line work except for the small details. Each section is actually just a really nice color block. It's like really bold.
So far on these, on my last case, there was like one QC issue I came across, and it was just how the arms were. Um, like they didn't fully click in on one of the figures.
Oh, okay.
But the actual paint application seems to be really good. Like that Dalek one has really small details that seem to have been captured really well. And I feel like maybe I'm thinking about the can bots.
Oh, sweet.
I was just thinking like, oh, isn't there an alternate colorway of the Flying Fortress? But I think it's the can bot series that there's two colors.
Yeah. I think you either got
Oh hey,
two colorways.
doesn't that look familiar?
We had to chase. Oh yeah, yeah. That's you got the big one with that, right?
Yeah. Which, sorry, may or may not get painted over.
Super Gucci, is that what it is?
I think so. I think it's super Gucci.
See, we got this.
Oh yeah.
The bear with the bumblebee outfit. That's wild.
See, when I initially saw the designs,
they didn't have the head, right? I only saw this.
Well, it looked so much like a render versus a photo. I never was really sure, and when you see it in person, it still looks like a render. Like it's really, you're looking at like a vector illustration in real life.
Yeah, like
I forgot who made that one. Chio.
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, it's a cool idea. It's like the bear, after the honey, but like wearing the honeybee outfit.
Yeah, it's a
Like,
pretty fun design,
yeah.
and
And then it comes with a bat with honey and bees on it, or just honey and nails on it.
I think yeah, like it was executed well.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Oh, this is the one that there's alternate colors of. This is the Crayola Skunk, and so it kind of looks like Mickey Mouse.
Oh yeah.
Comes with a tail, but there's like a red shorts and a blue shorts.
Oh, nice.
Which in my other case I got both.
It's like almost like Cuphead.
Yeah. Um, yeah, it's funny because the first vinyl figure designer toy I ever got was the Crayola Series 3 Dunny, and that's what got me hooked back in, I think 2006 is when we started collecting.
Yeah.
And it's just crazy. I'm happy that this dude's still around because a lot of those artists never really got back into toys. Like I really haven't seen anything from like Abe Lincoln Jr.
Like I always like the Reach one, but he only had this like flat Reach bear, and then after that, just
Which I would have bought like a whole series of just that design.
yeah, like that was really well done.
Same thing with my favorite figure from that series is the dude with the vents, and I can't think of the name of the artist. And he had like Ventsville or something series of just random other stuff with vents that
Yeah,
was out around then.
that was like out of the box, like compared to all the other ones in the series. Like some had a little hand accessory, whatever. I mean that was like almost the first like mechanized looking dunny.
I'm looking at like the Dunnies, and I'm just trying to see, like I don't have them organized by like
By
series,
series, yeah.
and I'm like, where else is there the series 3? Because then like, was it after series 4 was like Azteca, or was it maybe after series 5?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I can't remember which one. Like they did like the all female one. Then they had Azteca. Then the Gold Life one popped up somewhere. That may have been after like 5 when the whole Gold Life series came out.
I'll let you pick which feels luckier.
We'll just go this way.
Each case has 12, just
Yes, I can't.
FYI.
I'm trying to think. Oh, then you also have the Apocalypse, post-apocalypse series.
Yeah,
So like that one, almost every one in that one was cool. Like once you got one of the commons, when you get like 3 of them, then sorry, they got painted over. Like I painted over every single double I had of those.
I mean, the ratios got stupid after a while,
Yeah.
and I feel like that turned a lot of people against. I feel like it hurt the Dunny. That is the same sticker I just pulled out. I feel like it hurt the Dunny long run just because you're spending all this money for a case, and this is when Dunnies were still under $10 a thing, where now they're like 15.
Yeah.
You would potentially get 3 of the same figure, and I could get doubles, but when you're getting triples, it's just kind of infuriating.
That's the one thing with like Pop Mart and some of the other companies now. If you get a case, you at least get the set,
What the hell?
or
is
you
this?
may get you get one chase. So you may not have the whole set, but you got the chase. So it encourages buying the case.
Oh.
You get one of those you're missing.
It just looked weird upside down. It's the add fuel one. It's actually one of the ones I'll hand it over to you. Like the application is just phenomenal. Um, I guess my only gripe is it kind of just seems like now that he's had a couple jankies, this Kranky, a couple 8-inch ones, it's kind of the same. Like, I guess like the 8-inch one looking over your shoulder, it's kind of like a skull, so.
Oh, yeah.
Well, they all look good together. But again, the application is just like really good print. Check that out.
Oh, wow. It's a clear cap, too.
Yeah, their addition of clear mixed in is really
That's like
takes it to the next level.
Yeah, so like that's visually pleasing. Wow. I really like that look. Like that could almost be a chaser, like when you think about how different, they are together. Like that is next to the other ones with that clear cap.
They have the one that's like the um oh, I was just gonna say the police light, and the chase of that is like a security with like a green clear cap.
Oh, that's crazy. Yeah, this one's popping. It's like that classic, like that's almost like like the UK police, like how those look.
I kind of feel like I'm under arrest just looking at it. Could be just.
I like it says 1039 on the back. No police code. The foot's kind of janked out, but like I'm not gonna be the guy to twist it and break it, but
Throw it at the wall. See what happens.
Yeah, no. So I mean, he's on a gangster lean right now, but it's still awesome. Oh. Yeah, it's completely. He's completely bobbing. Yeah, he's gonna fall over.
Oh, party foul. Too much to drink.
Yeah.
Sir, I'm gonna need you to step out of your box.
He's got that breath. No, they're all really well done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This feels heavier, so maybe it's one of the Jeff Soto chases.
Let's see. Oh, so there's a missed one in there too.
Missed? Who the hell? No, I'm just kidding. Oh, yeah. I can't remember if I got that with my last case. I remember feeling like I don't think I got doubles in it, where I was like, oh
really?
Yeah.
That's good. That's great. Oh, snap. You got this one? Oh, that's a chaser.
But yeah, that's one of them.
That's one of them. Yo, that's what's up. I don't even know the artist, but
Jeff Soto.
Oh, that's a Soto one. Oh, that's
question mark out of question mark ratio.
Well, there you go, man. Yeah, Soto's dope. I didn't realize this was his. Oh, yeah, because this is these are the horns of his big like Bigfoot almost looking one that he makes, a big figure. And it even has a little face on the spray cap. You see that?
Oh, I don't think I even took the cap off.
Yeah, because that's like
on the other one, because I was like, well, maybe I'll sell these. I don't know.
It's similar to like the face that he's known for, the circular head. Now he's selling the NFTs of.
NFTs? What are NFTs? I'm just kidding.
What are those? So essentially the horns will go into the head.
Back in my day, art was on stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, hey. Congrats. Chasing.
Oh, I guess I didn't even. I was so excited about what we were doing, I didn't even.
Yeah, so you got missed in the question chasing, which I still have
Pink shoes.
idea what it is.
Oh, this is the chick with the bolt cutters.
Marzina?
Reds.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, that's cool. You got the ski mask on?
Yeah. I really like the colors, even though it's another one that I set aside in the paint over pile.
Well, let's keep it real.
I'm not saying I hate it. It's a really well done illustration.
Yeah, it's really well done. Like I think I like the cap. It's got like a actual like zebra print, but it's like neon teal. I'm like almost like pastel teal. So like visually the cap is really cool.
Yeah,
I
the
do
little
like the
splatters.
Yeah, the drip is cool on the inside. Like I would probably display it in the case like this, standing on the caps, so you can see them.
Yeah, that actually.
Like
now that I got two of them, that's
like it makes a nice way to display them. You got a little base, but like you can see because some of them have details underneath it. So for display purposes, like that actually probably a good way to show them.
It just occurred to me what my problem is. I have issues.
Yeah.
I think at this point in my collecting addiction / habit, I'm a lot more attracted to monsters and animals. And the two things that I was like, oh, those are cool, I'm just not personally like
Human.
excited. They're human characters.
No, it makes sense.
Because I was like, what actually is it? If I was drinking beers, I'd be able to articulate it better.
Pretty much the rest of them are like animals. Like even though like the shape is like an animal head, but like the design itself, for the most part is an animal outside of like the police car.
I guess I'm just an animal. Oh, this feels like it's 20 pounds. Maybe it's our friend Mist.
Maybe it's
Maybe it's Maybelline.
Oh, so there is a mist. There's just a chaser. Like the first one.
Yeah, there's two mists.
Yeah, the first one looks like a Mazinger, almost like a Mazinger Z style design, colorway. So I'm not sure what the second colorway is. It might be the enemy from Mazinger.
Maybe it's the dude that looks like. I have a feeling this one, just using non-psychic abilities, that this is going to be what I refer to as the Pringles can design.
Yeah, the dude that's on the box is good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
This 1, 2, 3 claim's cool.
I don't feel horns, so it's not that nice. So.
Well, then I'm gonna cry.
And it's funny because as soon as you said that, I got him.
I mean, it's not a bad design. It reminds me of. I just know that people like to get insulted by everything.
Yes, and this style is the message. It's almost like a barbershop feel, like character, like old style, like an old school, like almost like an Americana tattoo character. But like, I mean, it's really clean, and the red, black, and white is super classic for like collectors. Like that's an easy collection piece because of the colors alone.
Yeah, I mean,
which is smart, but like it plays well.
I could see that being on someone's like at the bottom of their mirror at a barbershop.
Yeah.
I got the Clog 2.
The Clog 2, the purple with the green.
Oh yeah, you're gonna up close. You're gonna really dig this one.
I have that one.
Oh.
That's the only one I have.
Oh well.
Yeah, I love Clog 2.
Well, then it's getting painted over.
Oh, even better. Go paint it right now. Yeah, so like Clog 2 is just, if you're not familiar with him, like his art is phenomenal. Is like he mechanizes everything, pop culture characters, own personal stuff, and it's like phenomenally detailed, and translated really well to this like cool mecha cat.
I really like the mech animal aspect.
Yeah, and like the purple and green is amazing. Like purple and green go perfect together.
And that's kind of the direction that I'm thinking of going with my Arachnacat thing, where you have the design of the animal that's just a vectory illustration. Nothing, groundbreaking or anything. but giving him like the addition of some kind of like laser gun type of stuff, whether it's a suit or a helmet or something. I don't know. It's a vision and process that I'm trying to create.
Yeah, that's with mine. Like fleshing out my characters, it was the whole world building aspect where like sometimes you can have a character, but then and you like it, but then you don't know like the context. So that's why I created like the other friends built off of him, and then like as I kind of created each character, their backstory kind of slowly built out a world. So like I could technically make a map if I wanted to, you know, and like do a visual representation of each
Right.
area, almost like a Street Fighter plane going, from little
Oh, yeah.
flag to flag type deal on the game. So like that's kind of how I figured like okay, well, here's this and how they get there. Where's the where's this guy hail from? Blah blah blah. What's the names? And then from that, then I got the personality of the character, kind of tie in. And then once I did that, it's like, oh, they kind of flesh themselves out nicely.
Right. I was just gonna
Yeah.
say, build it out,
Yeah.
flesh it out. Same thing.
So like that, that seemed to be the way to like really, really get a hone in, and then like color schemes came easy because like you can really apply colors, but like I have now like certain colors that like I'll only put on the character.
Right.
Like some of them won't be in other colorways just because of what the character is.
He's the purple nationality.
Yeah, hey, that's the way to do it. So that's just how I've been doing things, but like it took me months of sitting down and just like nope, there's like just brainstorm list of like a yays and nays of what the person is, whatever, and then like as I started slicing down, I'm like, yeah, this one fits more, and this is why they look this way, and stuff like that. So, but yeah,
Definitely getting painted over now.
so yeah, like we said, some of these will like become cannon fodder if we either have them, or you get like doubles and triples, because we are customizers as well. So now playing with resin and 3D printing, it allows for a lot of other options for customizing. Where before we were mostly we were just painting right on them, for the most part. Now we have a lot of options that if we have an idea, we can really draw it out and implement pretty easy. And then just how many of that particular figure we want to make, whether we do a mini run or just make it a one of one, which is really popular. So it gives us a lot of different options playing with other people's platforms too. Um, Gives you ideas for your own personal characters too when you're making them. So whether in 3D you'll know like, okay, this thing's probably not going to stand correctly, it's going to fall forward. And when you have these like physical pieces that have already been like put through production, you at least have something to reference.
Sounding off. We already went through our upcoming stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So then, that's it.
Done.